Apparently we're live now.
Your face has an excellent connection.
I think we're
Let's
live
see.
now.
All right, I'm looking.
Apparently we're live now.
I'm
Yeah.
still I still don't see it though. Where?
Um.
TMi Mom. Live? No.
Here.
Oh, it says we're live. Okay.
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, that's us.
That's us.
Aha!
That's
Hi.
us. Hi.
Okay. That's my face. That's my face. Okay. Oh yeah. Hi. Okay.
Oh God.
Well, we had a
Your face
little.
disappeared. Okay, wait. Maybe it's back. Hopefully. Oh God, this is great.
Oh, I didn't need that face anyway.
I think it's back. Yeah, it's back.
Can you?
Okay, it's because I accidentally minimized the OBS. Apparently, I'm not allowed to minimize the OBS.
No, definitely not. That doesn't work. Can't do that. Okay, we're
But
back.
yeah.
Okay.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, I'm Bella.
I'm Loona. Welcome back to TMi MOM podcast. This is our very first time doing this live on YouTube. We are seasoned Twitch streamers. We are I was gonna say newlywed. We're
Newlywed to YouTube.
Yes. Yeah. Totally. Oh my goodness. All right.
Yeah, we missed a week, so it kind of throws everything off. Like,
just a little bit.
It feels almost like we have never done this before.
Never.
Ever.
First time here.
So bear with us as we figure out what we're doing wrong live with you.
Yeah, apparently I'm not allowed to open another Discord, which makes the whole posting on Discord really interesting.
Oh no, you use your phone for your VTuber, so you can't even do it from your phone. That's what I do.
I have my other phone. It's fine. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Good Lord.
Well, welcome back to anyone who missed us. Life gets crazy as a mom.
Basically, I got sick. That's the reason why we weren't live.
Well, and then I lost my voice completely. It was gone. That was.
But you lost it during
the day after.
Yeah, the day after.
Yeah.
And then technically you didn't lose it during the time of the podcast.
I didn't, but it was kind of like we both got sick.
Yeah,
so
we did.
And then everything gets turned off when you get sick. Like nothing gets done for you.
And I don't know if this can be like said that this is an ADHD thing. But like I get in a groove, and then when I get out of that groove is like when something disrupts that groove. It is so hard for me to pick it back up again.
Yes, that is actually it has a name. But I don't know what it is. But it is an ADHD thing. It's like an inertia thing where, when we get hyperfixated, we will do something that should take us a week in 2 days and then, collapse from the effort. And then, we also have the thing where like, oh, I'm going to do the dishes. And then you see the laundry on the floor. And then you end up doing the laundry. And then you walk into your kids' room and you find some mess and you start vacuuming it up. Or, oh, I was cleaning the bathroom the other day. And I saw that the caulk around the sink, the sealant, was like really gross and peeling away. So instead of cleaning the bathroom, I spent like 3 hours recaulking the sink. Like,
yeah. Yep.
So yeah, it's a thing. It's a real thing.
It's like I think
I gotta work with it.
The perfect comparison I've got to that is today, like right now, I basically said, oh yeah, let's start at 8 p.m. because I'm more likely to be able to make that more easily, right? And then what? I called you 3 minutes before we're supposed to start.
I'm sitting here like, maybe I should just let her know I'm ready whenever she is. Yeah.
Yeah, that happened. And part of the reason I was late is because we decided to watch last bit of Demon Hunters with Livy. And then Fonzie said he needed help with preparing her bath. And then I went to go get my water. But obviously, then I went to go get my water and I saw that the kitchen sink was full of dishes. Now, I couldn't just get my water and be done with that. I obviously have to
No.
take care of the kitchen sink.
Yep. Wipe off the
And
counter.
and then clean the counter and then put the lunches in the boxes for tomorrow and and I was like, oh shoot, I have to go.
So yeah, this 8 p.m. Totally not rushed, totally stress free,
Yeah.
totally ready to go, right?
It would have been if I, actually, basically what I need to do is 30 minutes before the podcast or before the stream, whatever, I need to just abort everything and
Mission abort.
get myself into like my streaming space. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
Basically plan on the same time, but instead of like immediately jumping into live, you
yeah.
have a few minutes to kind of like we can sit, we can
Because if I plan for those
get our
30
sound
minutes,
set up.
I have the time to, I guess, get distracted. But if I, start getting ready 5 minutes before and then I still do the things I would have done 30 minutes ago, well.
Yes.
For some reason, I can't do the same amount of stuff in 30 minutes I can do in 5 minutes. Weird. Very weird.
I mean, it does depend on the day, right?
But yeah, so today, as you guys can see, it's a little bit different than it was in the past. The past, we played a game in the background, but I feel like the game playing stuff made us struggle a little bit to stay on topic and distracted slightly. So in spirit of not getting distracted, or not getting as distracted, I should say.
Right?
We have decided to cut the gaming part out for now. And
For now, we're still experimenting,
we're
seeing
experimenting.
what works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do it like this instead. So, yeah, you just have our two faces and the title, the topic, I don't know. Today we're going to be talking about depression and default parenting. Fun! Woohoo! Everybody give it up for depression. Yay!
I mean, maybe don't give it. That's not quite the right turn of phrase. Giving it up in depression.
Yeah,
That's not what we
maybe
do.
we should not put those together. You're absolutely right.
No, I get it. It's really common for moms to have depression. Like super common.
Something about, spending all day with the kid and not seeing anybody and
Well,
other
okay.
things.
So take it back to the start, which is, when you give birth.
Oh, yeah.
Your hormones are just out of control. Everything has changed physically within you, without you. Like the outside life is not what it was. Suddenly you are responsible for this like
Tiny human.
self-destructing little ball of neediness. And those needs never stop. You sleep deprived, exhausted, sick, they still need you. So, I mean, it's not just being left alone. Like it's sometimes stuff you just can't control. Your hormones start this whole process. Not every woman has that, where it causes a depression, but it definitely is super common, way more common than even if we were to look up statistics on it, because it's not doesn't get diagnosed all the time.
Nope.
Because we're expected to just
Deal with it.
deal with it. You chose this.
That
Which
really lovely
yeah.
phrase. But you wanted this. You chose this.
And we did, but I
To a
argue
degree.
I argue that even if you're like, I know it's going to be hard, there's knowing and there's
Yeah,
experiencing.
there is. Oh my god, I studied child development. Like that was one of my focuses in university. You know, that was my thing. So, and beyond that, I always knew I wanted to be a mom. So beyond that, I always like researched motherhood and parenting and child development and all that. So like I feel like I was as prepared at the time as I could have been because of my background, because of everything I knew, right?
Yeah.
Um but that still does not compare to actually living it.
To living it, right? Exactly.
it's
Um,
it's the living it
yeah.
part that's like a complete game changer. Like you know, I know the topics depression stuff, but like the other day I wasn't feeling great physically. Like I've been in a lot of physical pain lately. And so I wasn't feeling great, but in despite of that, I still had to do the laundry. I still had to do the cooking, and then the toddler was being extremely clingy. So I had to do all of that with her on top of me,
Mhm.
you know? And it's like,
Yes.
and I mean, I know I mean, bless my sweet husband. I love him so much. But, like, so many times, like, he's taking care of the toddler on the weekend, and I ask him to, like, I don't know, clean up the kitchen while he's
Mhm.
looking after her. And he says he can't because he isn't able, he doesn't feel able to do the kitchen and then also look after the toddler at the same time. He can only do one or the other, you know. And
Okay.
it's I feel like it's a serious, like, I guess anybody, like, whether it's a mom or a dad, I feel like anybody can develop this skill, but it's like the parent that stays with the kid most of the time. It's just the parent that I guess begins to adapt and just learn how to do these, you know. And yeah, you just do it, right? You just
Yeah.
do it. Like there's no, I don't know how am I, there's no thinking about it. You just grab the things and you do the things and right?
Yes.
Um
Yes.
and give me 1 second. My fan turned off and like I feel the heat so much now. Oh
I'm
my god.
sorry.
Why do you turn off? What's wrong with you? Told you to turn off. Okay. Um
Not
also
me. I didn't do it.
also, on that note, I am sorry if anybody can like hear fan noises in the background. I am currently in a really hot, soupy bath that I can't get out of. So yeah, yummy. I love it. Um,
The weather is just, yeah, we had the East Coast had
disgusting.
some pretty rough heat waves last week, so
Oh,
and
mm.
that humidity and heat, no thank you.
No, no, no.
Oh,
Um,
you clicked off me again.
I tried. I tried putting OBS on the right side so I can have chat on the left side, and that made me hover something over you, and apparently that's not allowed. So I don't know what to do. I can't see OBS and chat basically.
Okay.
Need to choose either
So,
or.
some thoughts.
Right, sorry.
Some thoughts on
Just
no, that's
talking.
fine. I'm just finally formulating them. My brain's kind of foggy. It's been a migraine cycle, so I
Oh,
need to
I'm
figure out
sorry.
how to I stopped doing what was working because it was too expensive. Insurance didn't cover it. So now I have to go through the pain and suffering and then they might start. Anyway,
That's great.
that yeah, it's
That
it's fun.
might is fun.
So I was thinking about it just now, and you're talking about like your husband saying, "Oh, I don't know if I can do both. Like I don't know if I can tidy up the kitchen and keep an eye on the kid," which is something that moms figure out, right? Playpens, screen time if you need to,
Mm-hmm.
snacks, baby wearing, letting the kids get involved, whatever it is that works for you. Every mom
I literally
has,
gave her ice cubes in a bowl of water today and she had a
yeah,
blast.
yes. Oh, and I'm gonna correct it to mom, from mom to stay-at-home parent,
Yeah,
because
we
there
need
are
to, honestly.
definitely, yeah,
Yeah.
there are definitely, like, uh, dads or non-binary people, out there who are killing it, and they are
Mhm.
the default parents. So
Yeah.
every stay-at-home parent or default parent understands how to multitask like that, how to fold the
Mhm.
laundry, how to, because you have to.
Mhm.
Because when you don't, you feel terrible because the house is a disaster. And a lot of times you get some pretty harsh judgment, maybe not from your significant other, but maybe from your significant other. In-laws, people who are like, "What'd you do all day?" Like,
Or
and you feel like you have to
yourself, because
justify
that's how you
yourself.
were raised, right?
Yeah, I did. What did I do all day? I kept kids alive. And it's in the defense of the parent who works outside the home, or who is just, for whatever reason, not the default parent. They're not, they haven't done it from day one.
Mm-mm.
Like, we got thrown into it. We've done it from day one.
Mhm.
So I mean, it could be akin to like showing up at their job and being like, so, I know your
Do the
husband
things.
works in landscaping.
Yeah.
You could do it if you needed to. You could figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, you're clever, you're smart,
Mhm.
capable. But if they just showed up and they're like, "All right, time to do this. Just do this," you might be like, could you give me further instructions?" So I can absolutely understand, like, we have tips and tricks. So you could be
Mhm.
like, "Hey, uh, could you please clean up the kitchen while watching her, so I can rest because I'm sick and near death? And here's some suggestions." Like, we could even start writing lists. Like, here's some things that have worked for me.
Mhm.
I feel like that's, it feels exhausting. It feels extra, but also when it's our day to day and it's not their day to day, there
Yeah.
is that step we could do. Um, as far as the parenting and managing stuff in the household.
Mhm.
Uh, but I am 100% against even having to ask, could you do the dishes? Could you do some laundry, fold some laundry, put some clothes away, sweep the floor, vacuum the floor? Like, anything that you walk into the house and you're like, I can see this needs done. Everyone else in the house should be
Should be able
absolutely
to see that and
doing it too.
recognize needs. Should be. Yeah. Yeah, I
Yep.
agree. I agree with
And
that.
I'm in a stage where I'm not just doing it with my husband. I'm working with I have a kid who wants to start driving in the next few months. And I'm like, if you can start driving, you can be the one who makes sure the dishwasher runs every night.
Yep.
We can all load it. We should all be loading it as the day
Mhm.
goes, which I'm also working on. But I am 100% fighting all of my capable kids. Every single one of them is old enough to load their dishes in the dishwasher, to vacuum a floor, to wipe off a counter.
Mhm.
And I've made lists they ignore and they fight me
It's
against, and they lie to me about having done it. But like, at the end
yeah.
of the day, they are at a point in time where I can expect them to. I'm not the default for everything in this house. They want extra beyond. They want friends and play dates. They want to go do
Mhm.
all these things. And I'm like, well, here's the basics that need done. And if they're not done, I'll do them because I'm the adult. But that's all. That's all I have energy for.
Yeah.
So that's it's a
It's that
shift.
thing that I'm trying to already teach my toddler by just showing, because they don't learn by you just telling them what to do, especially not at that age. Like, she's not even 2 years old. She doesn't really comprehend if I go, hey, go clean your mess up that you just made. I mean,
Yeah.
to an extent, yeah, she kind of gets what I'm trying to say, but like, it just graces over her, kind of.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to show her by doing, like, once she's done playing with a certain thing, I'll go there with her and I'll clean it up with her, kind of thing like that. And that's also something I've been trying to tell the husband, actually. Like, if you tidy up after yourself whenever you are done with something, instead of just putting something down, put it away. Because when you put stuff away, it never piles up, and then it never creates all that mess, because the more you just put it down, the more it piles up, and the more it piles up, the
Mhm.
less you're gonna want to do it, and then it's just this vicious cycle, right? Like,
Yep.
oh my goodness, right now my laundry is a perfect example. I'm not perfect. I don't always put things away the second I do them, and like, I am the stay-at-home parent, so doing the laundry is my job. It's part of my task that I'm supposed to do, right?
Yes.
And I'm great at washing the laundry. I
Mhm.
suck at putting it away. I
That's
just,
an ADHD thing.
oh my god,
So,
I need to, like, the second the laundry's done, I need to put it away in that same moment. I need to take it out, put it in a basket, and then go sit down, fold everything, and put it away. Otherwise, we are 3 laundry baskets in deep right now. One is piled up so high that I keep on having to, like, readjust it every day to make sure the laundry just doesn't all topple over. It's like the freaking Tower of Pisa in there with the laundry right now. It is terrible. But I just don't have the energy, and I'm not gonna lie, lately the reason for the topic today is because I have been feeling really, really, really low. Um and it's all these things. It's again, it's just this vicious cycle, right? You're feeling low, but you have, and then because you're feeling low, you have so little energy for anything, energy and mental headspace
Yep.
for anything. It's like there's one spoon that you have a day, and that one spoon is taken up before the clock hits 10 a.m. And then the rest of the day you're just in deficit, essentially, you're
Yep.
just surviving, you're on survival mode, essentially, right?
Yeah.
And
It costs you more.
the thing is, like, with things like the laundry, the stack of newspaper, the the stuff that's lying around on my dining table right now, the kitchen, that, yeah, the dishes are getting done, but like everything else is just kind of piled into a corner. It's like I see all these things, and it bothers me, and I want to take care of it, but I don't have the energy. But also, not taking care of it is making me feel worse about myself. So it's just like this endless freaking cycle, you know?
Mhm. Because we have tied so much of our self-worth to our productivity.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
I mean, and it doesn't feel good. Like, even when I've been crazy busy, we've been traveling, we've been, you know, after school, school's out, trying to get the kids busy and active, trying to keep them engaged, trying to keep them from having 12 hours of screen time a day, even even though I've been busy, the boxes and the clutter and the things that I need to go through is overwhelming and exhausting. And just having it there, like, you can't see it, but, like, there's stack of papers here, a bunch of mail to go through, pictures I need to sell, just, like, all these things that I am hoarding till
All
I
the
have
little
enough energy to
piles.
do it. It chips away at your energy,
Yeah, it
just
does.
having it in your space.
Hmm.
So it's something that it's hard to overlook, knowing that it's draining your energy,
Hmm.
just being there. It's a process. Like, you've got to figure out how you're gonna manage that.
Yeah. So the way that I
Because
apparently manage that is by picking up more work.
I'm gonna open commissions and I'm
I love
gonna
how you know exactly what I
I
was
know
talking
exactly what you're talking about. I mean, I feel like that's also a little bit of a distraction.
It
Like,
is
I
a
mean,
hundred
it can be
percent.
really
Like,
good stuff.
the
Like,
thing
it's good
is,
that you're opening commissions and making money
yeah,
that way. Like, that's good, but it's still a distraction. It's still
it's that thing.
something you're doing,
For me,
yeah, to
commissions.
avoid.
Yeah, for me, commissions right now is that thing. Like, I'm doing art. I put on music. I do art. I'm like in my own little world, in my own little headspace, and that gets me away from whatever I'm trying to avoid. Right. So it's great. Also, we've really been financially struggling. So being able to, like I was so happy today. This is like a really small, silly thing, but I wanted to get the toddler a cute little blue dress for her birthday, which is coming up next month.
Oh, which is coming up,
Um,
baby.
and I wanted it to be blue because her birthday's gonna be bluey themed because she loves bluey. right?
Oh, yeah.
So I wanted to get that and I couldn't afford to. But now thanks to like all these like commissions I've been taking, I can afford to get her the cute little dress and that feels so good.
Yes, I bet it does.
Feels
I
so
I don't
gratifying.
I don't know what that feels like.
Oh
Well, just because, I have never been the financial provider,
no. Mhm.
so not yet.
I
Anyway.
I grew up with that thing of because you are disabled, you need to work harder and you need to do this and that so that you can provide for yourself one day. So, you know, as thankful as I am to my husband for providing and for, making it
Yes.
so that we can pay our bills, at least somewhat, and keep the roof over our head and stuff, it also makes me feel really unworthy because I grew up with that mindset of I'm supposed to be able to provide for myself. And yeah, I don't know. And I just like I can't. Like I can't go to work like that. Um I can't provide the same way that like my husband can provide because of my disability because I am just, yeah, I have my limitations. And so being able to do commissions and I've hoped in commissions a few times. It doesn't hit off every single time. I feel like I got a little bit lucky this time because I recognized the trend before it got trendy.
Oh, you're starting to be one of those wave riders, like, you see it coming and you're able to
Well,
which is
it's
good.
I've been obsessed with like K-pop Demon Hunter, right? Which is a movie on Netflix
Okay.
right now, and I watched that, and immediately the next day I was like, this would be so cute. Like, there's a cute little tiger character in there. This would be so cute, as an emote. So then I sat down and I did that. I made an emote base for it basically, so that I can just trade in whatever person wants their character with it.
Okay, yeah.
So I made it easy for myself because now I basically just have to draw the face and some hair outline. Um, but it's cute, it's quick, and it made me be able to get my daughter a dress, so I'm really happy.
Nice. Well, and that's so I've also been lucky in that, my husband is able to provide, so I can be a stay-at-home parent.
Mhm.
But, I mean, it has come with a lot of sacrifices, you know? He's gone to school most of our marriage on top of working.
Mhm.
So I have been solo parent for 3 kids during the hardest years.
Mm.
Newborn, toddler, and a newborn, 2 toddlers and a newborn, like,
Good lord.
it was a lot, right?
Cannot imagine two
And,
toddlers and a newborn. Oh gosh.
well, I suppose we're just out of the toddler phase. 5-year-old, though, right? An
Okay.
ADHD 5-year-old
Mm.
and a toddler and a newborn. So, it was a lot, but there's value in that. My kids are alive, and they are not just healthy, they're growing, they're doing better than I did as a kid. They have more resources. We are working really hard to make sure they have all those things. I have 2 sisters they've worked really hard, but they don't have a lot to show for it. Like,
Mhm.
I know they worked hard. I know they worked their butts off. So we definitely that's gonna have to be write it down, mark my words, another podcast, another talk, the value we put on our time and energy as, the stay-at-home parents. That is
Mhm.
something that I've never understood, especially living in such a conservative Christian area. I've never understood how women don't get treated like or, uh told that they're amazing, wonderful
It's
for doing
funny,
this,
actually. I
because it's
saw.
like it's supposed to be the thing we are supposed to do as women. Like, this is
Yeah.
our calling. This is what God wants for us, and we're not being put on a pedestal. We're not being assisted. We're not, we're just being okay, good. But also, you're less than. You're
Yeah.
less than somehow. So,
I saw this TikTok mom a while back. She's Australian. She does like just a bunch of food related stuff. Like she doesn't waste anything, so she makes food with every single ingredient that she still has at home, leftovers, whatever. Kind of impressive, honestly. But
yeah.
anyways, she has kids, and always it was like, oh, it's you work so hard for your kids. Oh, being a mom is so hard, da da da, and so on. Oh, please, if you ever need help, just let us know. Reach out if you need anything at all. Reach out if you need help. We're here. And so she reached out, says that she needs help, and nobody responded. She just got met with silence. Nobody actually wanted
Right?
to help. And so she was fortunate enough to be able to afford um, a nanny. So she got a nanny to help her look after the kids so she could do her work, like content creation essentially, right?
Yeah.
A bit better. And she got met with so much backlash. Oh my
Because
god.
she got a nanny.
Because she got a nanny, because she got help.
No, we're supposed to suffer. That is really the message from in my religious upbringing. Women are meant to suffer.
That's like I don't it's so frustrating. Like, yeah, seek help, but now you're seeking help. Oh, are you even a mom if you have a nanny? Like, I have gotten my toddler goes to daycare 2 half days a week, and one
Which is
half day
wonderful.
she goes to her aunt's, which has a stable. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Like, one, I think it's a great experience for her. Point one, like with the stable and everything. Like, she loves horses. She rides on
Yeah.
her little ponies every week. It's adorable. My aunt has
So
little
cute.
Shetland ponies, so they're like really, really miniature, tiny. Perfect for her.
Yeah, perfect for her.
Yeah, she loves them. Um, but I still remember before she went to daycare and before my aunt took her almost every week. I was doing it 100% myself during the week at least.
Mhm.
And I didn't notice how much of myself I was kind of losing because of that.
Yep.
Like
Absolutely.
my
Absolutely.
sole existence was for my child. And I love my child. I adore
Yes.
my child. It has nothing to do with that. But it is still so depressing when you are starting to like lose yourself because you're just so busy being there for somebody else 100% of
Mhm.
the time, right?
When there's no support.
Yeah.
When our wonderful husbands who are doing what they're supposed to be doing are burnt out and exhausted because they're working so hard to
Working 12
provide.
hours a day
And yeah,
outside.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Oh gosh, Fonzie works so hard, like straight up. I know we kind of rag on our men a little bit, but the reality is we do appreciate them.
listen, we're
Um,
married. Bella's been married for way longer than me.
18 years.
Yeah.
Well, and we push them and we push ourselves.
Yeah.
Like it's a thing. You'll see people like they've been writing about how like behind every good man is a good woman, whatever. Like it is known that there can be, and I don't know if it's just a man thing, but we'll just say a lot of husbands are easily contented. And when you get content, you get at risk of getting complacent.
Mhm.
And we are people who we want to continue to grow and see
Mhm.
changes
Mhm.
in ourselves and bring our husbands with us,
Mhm.
which is work.
Mhm.
So we don't get complacent.
Mhm.
So we don't turn into our parents basically. I love my parents, but they did. They're like, "Well, our bills are paid. Our kids are adults. I don't need to grow and change anymore. I don't need
Mhm.
to do better. I don't
Mhm.
need to do
I've
anything
done my
different."
part. I've
Yeah,
done
I've
my
done my
part.
part.
Yep.
And now I'm just going to sit here watch the same old TV shows over and over again, eat the same meals over and over again, Nothing is exciting in life anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It is sad to watch. Like, it's not even like a judgment. I absolutely understand where it comes from. And I am so afraid of becoming complacent. Like, this is
Mm-hmm.
good enough. I don't need to do anything more.
Mm-hmm.
So, when we talk about the things we'd like to see different, we're not really like, oh, they're the worst. What we're saying is they're wonderful. We want to keep that upward trend. And I would like to become better as well.
Yeah.
So it's very different than just nagging or being down on. So anyway, Fonzie works really, really hard. That is a very physical job. I've seen personally how he works hard, comes home and crashes, poor man.
Yeah.
And
Every night.
it's a tough life. Yeah, it's a tough
Every
life.
night.
Wouldn't it be nice if all the places who, like, okay, so we've got the US wants more babies being born. Now we won't go into all the things they're doing to make that happen. Well, one of the things they were offering was cash, some money for having a baby.
Okay, what about
What if we what if we offered help
Yeah.
instead? Like, what if, okay, I know there are some countries women get paid for like a year for maternity leave. So
Yeah.
spend those formative years, the first year nursing and healing and just bonding as a family. Men get, or okay, the other parents, so both parents get paid time off to work on becoming a family and to figure it out together. Beautiful. We could do that
Mm-hmm.
if we wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
People are always like, where does the money come from? I don't know. We're sending people to space in cars. We've got money. We are
Oh,
pouring bleach on food and
there
throwing it away.
is
We got money.
there's enough money in the world that nobody would have to be struggling the way that people are struggling right now. I'm sorry, like that. That gets my blood
That's also
boiling
different.
when people say
It's
that.
also a different podcast.
Absolutely.
But yeah.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
It is
like
your day.
it is very capable. Like, we're very capable of that, and we could definitely restructure things so that we're supporting people. Even if you're handing it over to communities and be like, hey, we would really love to support moms. What can you as a community come up with? And we will fund it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll pay for your time. We'll pay for your efforts. I would go and get a part-time job when I feel well.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, oh, sign me up for this week. And I would go clean houses and I would go like do laundry. I would absolutely be all for that
Mm-hmm.
as someone who knows the value
Mm-hmm.
of having a clean kitchen or having a homemade meal that you didn't have to cook or getting laundry folded and put away. So, I mean, there's things we could do.
Speaking of homemade meals, do you ever get tired of your own food?
I'm so tired of cooking, Loona.
It's not the cooking, it's just that I'm not enjoying my cooking.
Oh no, I love my cooking. I'm just tired of cooking. I make what I love and what my kids will tolerate.
I mean,
because it's the only joy I have in life is eating the foods that I'm like, I don't know, this is pretty healthy and I love it,
yeah.
But I'm so tired of the dishes. I'm tired of the prep. I'm tired of staying focused on what I'm doing. I'm tired. Like, I'm so tired
Mm-hmm.
of cooking. I'm tired of I don't know. Maybe I'm just like, I'm tooting my own horn too much here, but I'm actually a really good cook. So I don't think you got to really experience that because we had the cake debacle. It wasn't that good. But I'm actually a very decent cook.
I don't think I'm a bad cook. I just
yeah. I'm not saying you are, by the way. I'm just like,
no.
for me, I'm like,
I think for us,
I like my
because
food.
we're like struggling. So, let's face it. A lot of my big sads that I have lately is just due to how strapped for cash we are at the moment.
Budget meals.
Budget meals. Like, we've been having so much pasta, and I don't like pasta that much. And so much egg, and again, I don't like eggs that much, but like, if you buy them big in bulk, they're kind of freaking cheap, so it's like,
our egg prices have finally come down, so, and for protein and calories,
and especially the kid doesn't really like meat that much, so like, eggs it is.
My kids would eat steak every day if I could afford to feed them steak, but
no, she would just eat she wants all the expensive fruit. She wants the mango.
Right?
She wants the mango. Do you know a mango costs $8 here? One single
Ooh,
mango.
no.
$8.
My kids are always like, well, my oldest wants all the fresh fruit, avocados, things like that, and
Mm-hmm.
then they go bad. Like,
Oh, that. Yeah.
because I buy it in bulk, right?
Yeah.
Because I think it's like $8 for a bag of 4 versus $4 each at the grocery store.
Yeah.
So I buy them in hopes that I'll be like, "Hey, just," I start they start going and I just start, like, tossing it into everything. I made chicken salad, tossed in some avocado, made a egg, tossed in some like, I'm just like, "Get this avocado into us," because I don't
Yeah.
wanna throw food away. But inevitably, one will go bad before I can get to it, and I
Mm-hmm.
just, if I'm not willing to do the avocado scramble or whatever produce scramble, I won't buy it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, yeah, my kids are very spoiled and they're about to go through a wake up call as far as what they want to eat. Oh, I don't want to eat that. Well, this is what we have to eat today. There are really no other options. So I guess you're going hungry because no, that's where food is getting here. Food is getting
That's
here where, I mean, I
honestly,
could buy crap food that the kids love to eat and nothing healthy and good,
yeah.
or I can still make decent meals, but there's less leftovers and there's no wiggle room. Like, I don't have
Mm-hmm.
all the crap food the kids will I will let the kids fall back on when they've tried my healthy food and they
Mm-hmm.
don't want it. So,
No, and
yeah.
it's like I see it so many times. Like again, this comes in with like I guess mom shaming almost, but it's like so there's a lot of mom or like therapy specialists or whatever you want to call them. And they're like, oh, you should never tell your kids that this is all you have. Your kids should always have an option of variety of what stuff they can eat. Listen, Linda, we are not millionaires. We can't afford to give our child a pick of a buffet every single night what they can eat or like no, what's on the table is what you're eating. End of story, um I was on a voice call, on a video call with my mom just like a couple days ago, and I had made from like the rest of blueberries that were about to go bad and stuff. I made these like really yummy oven pancakes is what I call it. Basically normal pancake batter, but I make it in the oven because I can just do
Like a
like
one big one?
yeah, I can make like one
Okay.
massive one instead of having to stand in the kitchen and flip and do
Flipping pancakes.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
can
that's
just put
genius.
them in the oven and I can go get the kid ready while the pancakes are cooking in the oven. It's great. I love it. And she's been loving them too. And so I made them the other day and I was on a call with my mom and toddler just wasn't having them that day. Like she picked out the blueberries from it and that was that. And she was hungry, so she was crying for food, but she wouldn't eat the food that I had given her. And my mom was like, "Oh, just give her something else." And I'm like, "No, I don't." This might sound super harsh because, oh my God, Luna, come on, she's not even 2 years old. But I don't want to start that. I don't want to start the, oh, if whatever is in front of you, you don't want to eat it at all. I'll just go get you something else. You know what I mean? Because I
Yes.
feel like then you get in that like they get in that cycle of whatever, I can just pick and choose to eat whatever I want, even if the rest of the household isn't having that kind of deal. And like what she was having in front of her, she did like, and once I
She was
pretended
just over it.
she might have just been over it. I let her get out of the table. She ran a few laps around the house, and then she came back and she ate more. So it worked
Yeah.
out. But you know, I feel like sometimes you just need to do a change of scene or I don't know, sometimes like just playing some music actually helps her to just finish her plate, but like I'm not gonna I'm like as she gets older, for example, I always got shamed for not liking certain foods. Like I don't like pickles, I don't like mushrooms, you know, I
Those are
don't
pretty
like
common for people
cilantro.
not to like. It's okay.
But I always got shamed for that. I always got called super picky and oh my god, you never eat anything, and it's like there's literally three things.
Right?
And I'm not gonna do that to her once she gets older. Like I want to be very clear on that. If she tells me, "Mom, I don't like mushrooms," okay, you don't have to have mushrooms. I'm not gonna shame her for not liking certain foods. That's different. For me, that
It
is
is
not the
different.
same thing as being like, you're gonna
Well, this
eat
is what we
what's up.
have to
Yeah,
eat.
this is what we
Yeah.
have to eat. If I'm making an effort to do something that I know that you're generally like, or that I know you don't hate, then you gotta eat it. You just gotta eat it.
And I don't know if the science has changed much since last I looked into this. And having grown up in poverty and having a lot of family members that grew up in poverty, I will say that a lack of food creates an unhealthy relationship to food
Mhm.
where you start to feel an extreme story about this was a guy. My husband tells the story better than I do. Basically, his dad wanted his kids to feel like they were competing for food, for resources. He thought it was good for them, like put the hairs on your chest kind of thing. And
Mm.
this guy didn't realize he had a problem until he had a good paying job. He was successful with school and stuff. He's an adult living on his own, and he saw a sandwich sitting on the ground and he ate it and then got super super sick.
Oof.
And then he's like, this isn't healthy.
No.
So I don't you're not anywhere near that. That's very different. But that's like an extreme case.
Mhm.
I will tell you that a lot of my family members are morbidly obese because of their unhealthy genetics and their unhealthy relationship with food. It's
Mhm.
a 1-2 punch, right?
Mhm.
So, there's definitely options as far as like giving her 2 things every meal or offering her 2 things, like here's blueberries and here's pancakes. So you just want the blueberries, fine.
Mhm.
Like there's but I honestly do believe if you put something you know she likes in front of her, she doesn't want to eat it right that moment, but says she's still hungry, you can say, here's your food. I've covered it, or I'll reheat it for you. Go do what you want to do and come back and see if you're ready to eat.
Mhm.
Because I give my kids way too many options. They'll be like, I don't know what to eat. And I list off like literally 10 things.
I've heard you say
I don't
that
want
about my
any of
kids.
that. And I'm like, if you don't want any of that, you're not hungry. You're bored.
No,
Go
you're
drink
not
some water.
hungry. Yeah.
I'm like, that is 10 things, and 8 of them are things that you really love. Fruit, frozen pizza, frozen or tacos. Like we don't do I do sandwiches, but for me, I love having tacos. Like
Mhm.
the meat, ground beef and beans are just ready to go.
Mhm.
And I have cheese and I have the tortillas. Like I almost always have taco fixings just ready to go.
Mhm.
So, when they're like, "Ugh, I don't want any of that," I'm like, "Then you're not hungry." That's a lot of options.
Mhm.
That's a lot. I didn't say, rice and beans again for the 12th time in a row, or some inedible my dad had this recipe. I love my dad. My dad was a wonderful man. He could not cook. The only thing he could cook was chocolate chip cookies. He was great at grilling, and he had a great chocolate chip cookie recipe, but he made this thing called, we just called it tomato what did we call it? Hamburger pasta or something like that. Macaroni and uh, tomato paste and ground beef and
I mean, that
water.
doesn't sound that bad. Till
It
you
had no
added
flavor.
the water.
Well, it had no flavor. Like it was like
Oh, there was no
tomatoey
spices?
hamburger. Maybe some salt and pepper.
Good lord.
Yeah. Like
I always
just
got
straight up poverty food we're eating, and it
my
was
dad couldn't cook
yeah.
either, but like what my dad is, he got a like finished meal, ready meal carbonara from the store. And I really liked the ready
Mm.
meal carbonara when I was a kid. So I was always really excited when my mom was out of town because it meant we did ready meal carbonara. Either that or he'd take me to McDonald's, which my mom would also never do. So
Well, like I
it's
said, middle of nowhere poverty food. We had pasta, we had tomato paste.
mm-hmm.
Just throw it together in a pan. It was edible, but it was not good. It wasn't good. But anyway, so just my kids have never had that. Things are changing a little bit where it's going to be less about ooh, I would like this, and more about help me pick the meals that we're eating,
I was
and
gonna
that's what we're
say, do like
eating.
a meal plan with them, like,
Yeah.
it'd make it a little
But I mean,
family activity. I don't know.
they'll help me. They'll be like, "Oh, spaghetti, tacos." Like, and I'm good with eating the same meals most of the time, like having variety Wednesday and then doing Taco Tuesday and Spaghetti Monday and Pizza Friday. And like, that's fine
I
as long as we
like my
throw like some
variety.
veggies
I
and
need
salad in
variety.
there. But I definitely have to have like a day or two where it's like, nope, mom's making something. And if you don't like it, you can have leftovers because we almost always have leftovers. And I will, yeah, I will enjoy
I
my meal.
mean, I'm I feel like I'm really blessed in that sense because like my kid loves vegetables and
I hate
fruit
vegetables.
and stuff and everything. So like today was really hot.
Ah,
I didn't want to make like a meal. So I literally just took a small bowl. I threw in some cherry tomatoes. I threw in some cubed cucumber, um some mozzarella, and then made a sauce with like a spoon of Greek yogurt, added some balsamic vinegar and stuff. And then I just shook it all together. And I added some egg yolk, hard boiled
okay.
egg yolk, because she doesn't eat the egg yolk.
Okay.
So I have to
Which
sneak.
is fine. Egg whites are better for you, but the egg yolks
So
have more calories.
yeah, so I was like, but it's really yummy. Egg yolk can be like really yummy in like a salad dressing. Like it creates this kind of like creamy salad dressing with it, right? So that's what I did. I added it in there and it created like this creamy thing. It was really yummy. And she loved it so much so that she just straight up put her whole entire hand on the plate with the
That
sauce and licked her hand, and that's what she was doing repeatedly. Like she ate all the other things
was the
too.
picture you sent me
Yeah, she ate
or
the whole
sent us.
plate.
Yeah.
She ate the whole plate, but the sauce was the highlight for her.
I mean, and she may get to a picky eating stage. I don't know.
I feel like she's already there, honestly.
My kids, oh, I don't
But
know.
she's starting to be pickier and pickier.
When they will only eat one thing,
Oh, no, she's
like
not
chocolate
there.
milk and
You look
mac and
like your
cheese.
soul just left your body. Like all the energy
I
that you
just
had was just poof, gone.
I was just like thinking about those days, the dark, dark days of like they won't eat anything. Oh, but yeah. So it's we've veered off of this. We're just food talking right now.
It's food
But
talk right now. Food
I
talk,
mean,
food
and here's
habits.
here's
Still
here's
an
a way to
important
tie it
topic.
kind of all together. It is an important topic. How many times when you're like, okay, so I don't go out of town or do stuff away from the kids very often. I
Yeah.
certainly didn't when they were little.
Yeah.
Um, do you have this expectation for yourself, from other people, your husband, that you will meal plan and meal prep? So even though you're gone or you're unavailable, you're still the one who had to figure out what everyone was going to eat.
I
Because if
haven't
you don't, it's McDonald's and pizza.
I haven't been there yet. I haven't been in that
Okay.
thing, so I don't like last time
Yeah.
we have been out of town once, but that was when we went to the ESO 10 meetup in Amsterdam. And both my husband and myself went together, and my mom was staying and taking care of the
With the
toddler.
baby.
And my mom's a health nut. So I
Okay.
didn't have to, like she was never gonna go to
Give her
McDonald's
ice
essentially.
cream for dinner, cereal for dinner. Which
Never.
I we've had that with someone with chronic health issues. There's been days where I just tell the kids it's a night.
Yeah.
That's what we call
Honestly,
it.
honestly, I since we are talking about food and I feel like this kind of types into a bit of like depression and whatnot, mental health at least. I have a very unhealthy relationship with food.
Same.
And I want to like I'm not gonna say I'm gonna go to McDonald's every single day and stuff like that, but we go to McDonald's here and there, and like I'm not gonna lie, as of this moment, I do feel a little bit of shame going to McDonald's with my toddler. But I'm not giving it to her every day or even every other day. Sometimes she gets it once a week, but mostly it's like maybe once every 2 weeks or maybe once every 3 weeks, something like that, you know? And I feel like that is okay. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want her to end up like me in the sense when I was a kid, like my mom always demonized McDonald's. I'm naming McDonald's as a example, but this can go for anything really. Any
Any
kind of
unhealthy fast
unhealthy
food
thing, yeah.
treat. Yeah.
Um, my mom like always demonized McDonald's, and so it became this thing that I would either
You
a
rebel.
do in secret, you know, I would do it in
Mhm.
secret when I was out with friends. I would, sneak off to McDonald's real quick and stuff with them. My mom asked, "Where did you go?" "Oh, nothing. We just went to the park." Whatever. She'd never know. Or it became this thing between my dad and myself where he was like, "Oh, Luna, your mom's out of town this weekend. You want to go to McDonald's?" And I
Mhm.
don't want to create that space. I don't want her to have to feel like she has to hide these things from me. Like I want to create a healthy food relationship. Yes, we eat healthy food. Yes, we like healthy food. It's still okay to want fast food sometimes.
Mhm.
It's okay. It's not a crime as long as we're aware of the nutritional values of what we're having. I feel like that's, to me, being aware of the nutritional value of things that I'm consuming is really important and kind of trying to
Yes.
balance that out a little bit. So I feel like, if anything, that's what I want to teach her, the nutritional value of the different food groups that there are.
Yeah. It does make a big difference when you talk about it in terms of, okay, so Sunday morning, my kids get Pop Tarts.
Yeah.
They love the chocolate fudge Pop Tarts. It's their tradition. They were wanting it like every day. So I was just like, it's only a Sunday thing.
Hmm.
And then they'll want uh, soda and cookies or candy or like later in the day, and I'm like, hold up, we need to have something with protein to balance out the sugar. um that's where we kind of are looking at it in terms of, can I have this? Absolutely. But what are we matching that with?
Hmm.
So, like, constantly talking about, hey, that's just a bunch of carbs. What do carbs turn into in your body? Sugar. So we
Hmm.
need to make sure we're having some fiber and we need to get
Hmm.
more protein. And I'm not even worried if it's not about like weight. It's about, are we spiking your blood sugar,
Yeah.
which makes you grumpy and grouchy? I'm not I never want my kids, I mean, unless their doctor says you need to worry about your weight, I'm never gonna be like, hey,
But it's
should you be eating
hard,
that?
isn't it? Like, I feel like one of the reasons I've been another, like, there's so many that there's never gonna be just one reason why you feel really low at one given moment, right? There's always gonna be multiple reasons. And I know for sure for me lately it's definitely been like my weight, and also a relative, I'm not gonna say who, pointed out that my toddler looks fat.
Oh my
And
gosh. You want a chubby toddler. They start running around everywhere and sorry.
while I don't think that she is, I think that she's a perfectly healthy little toddler. It also started and I hate that. I hate that so much because I grew up with this narrative my whole life, right? Looking after your weight, look how you look in the mirror, look at, this and that, right?
Yes.
And I hate that
Appearance matters.
the moment somebody pointed that out, I'm now looking at my child and thinking, shoot, is she getting fat? And I don't want that.
No.
I
No, and you
don't want
can't.
that.
You have to shut that down because the reality is kids' bodies change a lot.
Yeah.
Like from baby to teenager. They're gonna have pudgy times, they're gonna have lean times. You take them to the doctor, you let the doctor worry about what's going
Mhm.
on there. You do your best food wise.
Mhm.
And if there's a problem, you're gonna know it.
Mhm.
Another extreme case, but one where they were talking about using weight loss meds on a 7-year-old, that she was 100 and something pounds. Like, she was just constantly felt like she was starving.
Mm,
And
okay.
it got to the point where they had to lock all the food up because she would even, like, just start eating raw food from the freezer,
Ooh.
like just digging into a roll of sausage. She was hungry and she had something going on with
Mhm.
her body. And the
Absolutely.
doctors are like trying to figure out what they can do to help her,
Mhm.
because there's not anything that is meant to help 7-year-olds who feel like they're starving all the time. Like,
Mhm.
there's nothing. So you're going to know if there's a problem. Your child will feel tired all the time. Your child will start gaining a lot of weight really fast. Your child, like, they will be eating more and more. You talk to a doctor. You figure it out with the doctor. No other person should be looking at your child and saying, "Oh, they're fat." Also, she's what, almost 2?
Almost true.
Almost
23
2.
months this month.
I love seeing those cute, chubby, round belly toddlers
Yeah.
up until they're like 4. It's good because they need to have some more fat on them.
And she has
Well,
so
and it's
much
not even all
energy.
fat. It's not even all fat. But yeah, they're running around like crazy. They're all over the place. But they
It's
literally just
actually
that's just the way they're built. Like, their organs are sitting right there. They don't have
mhm.
so by the time she's 4, if she's running around like crazy and super active, she might end up with like a six-pack. My middle child had like a
She has
six-pack, like
muscles.
abs.
She has
Yeah.
muscles. Like you can tell. She's like she pulls herself up. She basically does pull-ups. Um
Yeah.
she pulls herself up on like railings
Can't do
and
that.
whatnot. And you just see like these bulging muscles on her arms.
Yes. I bet you I've seen pictures of her. She does not look like an obese child at all. She looks like a healthy, average toddler.
I just
So,
hate that people even think that that's okay to point out,
it's not okay,
you know?
honestly. And I honestly would that's what I would say next time. Be like, "I'm teaching my child not to comment on other people's appearances because you don't know their story."
Yeah.
So, that is a wild thing for you to say.
Yeah.
You don't know her. You don't know her doctor. You don't know, like, and you don't even have to say that much. You can just say that's inappropriate.
Mhm.
But it starts at home, right? Like,
Mhm.
I found myself I was also taught to be very judgmental about whether someone was being immodest, whether somebody was dressing weird, like, so it starts at home. You start with, like, if you're going to comment at all on anyone's appearance, it's to bring them up.
Mhm.
Look how amazing their hair is. Look at their makeup. They look like they spent hours on it. They're gorgeous. Like, if you're going to make a comment, be the person who's lifting up other people in
Yeah,
front of your
actually,
kids.
on that note, I did want to say that you look really pretty today.
Aw,
And I love
thank
your
you.
hair. It just suits you so well. It's so cute. I love it.
It's so quick. I love it. I can shower every day and dry it every day if I want to. I was going like 4 days without washing my hair. I would shower. I just wasn't washing my hair more than twice a week.
I
It
cannot
just
do that.
took
My hair.
so
I
long to
washed my hair last
dry.
night and now it's already like super super greasy. I have to wash it again. I have to wash it
I
daily.
was using a lot of dry shampoo. So,
Okay, fair.
and that's what makes your hair weird and I don't anyway.
Crusty,
So,
nasty. Yeah.
yeah, it's not stellar. And then just a lot of messy buns, right? You get it up on
Yeah,
and
yeah.
wrap it up and you're like, this is my hair today. But I
This
don't
will
have to
do.
do that with this hair. So, yes, thank you.
Um
Oh, you look nice today too, Futura, I'm sure. Anyway.
um we super went away. I want to um try
Take
and
2, default parenting and depression next time.
maybe. Yeah, I don't know, honestly. I feel like we still covered very important topics. The thing is,
Yeah.
with these podcasts, and this is why I don't really like giving them a title, more like a
Yeah.
guideline kind of thing. It for me, this title that's on the screen is more like a fallback title, like a fallback
Yeah.
topic. But like when it comes to parenting and mental health and I feel like there's just so much that needs to be talked about, that needs to be shared, that needs to be heard. Um, that it's really tough to just stay on one topic.
Oh, well, how about if we don't? What if we don't have like we just have TMI Mom episode 7?
Okay, but we
We
don't.
can also, yeah, I mean, we can also do how it started, depression, default parenting, and then
Yeah,
we
that's
all
how it
know
started.
the
I mean,
ramble.
what I've been usually doing, I think this is just gonna be on YouTube afterwards, right? I don't need to like upload separately, as far as I
Yeah,
know.
hopefully that's what we're hoping for.
But like what I've been doing previously is I would like while I'm editing it, I would like browse through it and find a funny quote or relevant quote or something like ovary pancakes
That's right.
and put that in
Futuda
the title.
was looking for our Spotify. Bless his heart. He was like, "Oh, I'm looking for something to listen to while traveling," and I was like, "I don't." Futuda is this single guy, young. I was like, "I don't know if this is it." He's like, "No, no, I wanna have kids and a family and be a
Oh,
good
bless.
partner." So, this could be a good listen. So, but he went to look it up, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, that title." Yeah,
I
it's
love that
relevant, I
title.
promise.
I love that title. Fonzie, when I released that as well, and he's like, "Ovary pancakes? Are you sure you want that to be the title?" I'm like, "Yes, yes, I want that to
That's what
be
I
the
get.
title."
That's what I get for bringing that up. But anyway, it's in there. It makes sense. It's relevant. So, but
um, but yeah, I guess my
we'll
message for
ramble.
today, I don't know, is we need to less shaming overall, like not just body shaming, just less shaming others, less shaming ourselves. um
Always.
it's because like yeah, my apartment right now does not look great. I mean, it's not dirty, it's just messy. Like there's just a
It's
bunch of
cluttered.
little piles everywhere and it's
Lots of stuff to
bothering me.
do. The
um
doom piles. I'm going to take care of this pile later. Later never comes.
do you have doom piles on your desktop, on your PC?
Yes, I have video stuff I want to get through. I also have 6 years of videos from Twitch that
Mm.
I'm actually about ready just to delete because I'm never going to watch them. I'm never going to go back through them. And
You
they're
should.
taking up a lot of space in my hard drive.
Did you title them, or just all random?
They are just the videos from 6 years of recording
Okay, I was gonna
my
say, so you
Twitch.
would not remember what was like a more special
No,
stream. Okay, because I was
I
gonna
I
say
have gone back
upload the
and
special
started like
ones.
skimming through a few of them, and I'm just like, ugh. Like, so if I could find
The
something like
self-loathing.
clippable or memorable, like you said, it could be kind of fun to see how far I've come. But at the same time, I'm just like, I don't want to watch this anymore.
Yeah,
I want to do this. So
yeah.
I'm probably just gonna go through and delete them. And
I
it
wouldn't
happened.
delete
I
them. I wouldn't delete them.
I gotta. I've used up 2 terabytes of space on my computer. I need some room, so I've
Get
gotta
an
delete.
external or
I
a
have an external,
cloud.
and that one's full too. Like,
I need an
I just,
external.
the only logical thing is to delete them. I'm not gonna go through and watch them again. Nobody needs to go through and watch them again. Like, I might
Okay, then
try.
suggestion: keep the very first one and the anniversary ones. Like,
All right, I'll see if I can find anniversary ones. They are dated, so I'll
yeah,
just look around my birthday
yeah.
and see what is there. So, anyway,
This could be fun. So,
so
anyways,
the
that's
doom
not TMI
piles.
mom.
That's just ADHD, mom. So, too much
um,
ADHD,
how
mom,
do you
please.
deal with like when everything is just getting a little bit too much and you feel overwhelmed and you just kind of feel yourself going in a cycle of depression? Is there anything that you do for yourself that helps you?
Um,
I would like
That's
to answer
helpful.
this, but I'm in the midst of it right now, so I have nothing. I have nothing. I just
Well,
have doom and gloom right now.
I think after, crying and having a little bit of a breakdown, because that
Very
happens,
important.
I find one thing I can complete. One.
One thing. Okay.
One
Yeah.
thing, I put on an audiobook, I cancel all my other plans. I give the kids whatever, all the screen time, all the snacks, all the like stuff I don't have to prepare, and I just get that one thing done.
Okay.
And once you have one thing done, that hit
It kind of
of
rolls, gets the ball
yeah, the
rolling.
dopamine hit that you get, like I did it. It does help
Mhm.
push you along a little bit.
Mhm.
So, yeah. So, but I mean, it always comes at a cost. There's always something else. You have to let go of your guilt and shame about excessive screen time or unhealthy foods or it you to get something done with chronic health issues, 3 kids, ADHD, you have something
It's a
always has to
trade-off.
give. It's always a trade-off.
Mm.
And when you when you're quicker to recognize that and just say this is my life and it is okay, then you don't stay stuck in that rut for so long, which I've had years stuck in a complete like depressive rut. Nothing extra is getting done, bare minimum,
Yeah.
chaotic house. So
I'm struggling right now. I'm in a place where whenever I feel like I'm starting to pick things up, pick myself up, something new happens that just like
yes,
knocks
life
me
kicks you down.
back further again, and I just kind of done with it currently. Like,
That's, I
I'm
mean,
getting my
take a
kid
day or
out of
two.
bed. I'm getting my kid
Yeah.
out of bed. I'm getting her fed. I'm getting her dressed. I'm interacting with her. I'm still bringing her to daycare and to my aunts and all that. And that for me, just right now, has to be enough.
Yep. And
Everything
I
else
mean,
just gotta take like a back burner for now. I don't
you
know.
never know what it is that you have to let go of. I mean, there were like I've let go of showering, I've let go of basic hygiene.
Okay, I
I've
will
been
let you
that
know right
depressed.
now. If you know me, if I ever give up showering for more than one single day, I need help.
Something's wrong.
I need
Yeah.
help. Like seriously, like I need help. I am super in my head and like I don't like yeah, I like hygiene. It's
Showers
very
and baths are
important to
my
me.
my happy place. I like to
Yes,
sit in the tub and
absolutely.
soak. So, I mean, that's where I tend to get rid of migraines and stuff too.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I do tend to. So you do know when I'm like, I'm just gonna get into bed that I'm not doing well
Yeah.
because I would rather sit in the tub than
Mhm.
just get into bed.
Mhm.
Even though both are just sitting around. But you know, it's effort. It takes effort to get into the tub, to get out of the tub, to dry off, to get into bed.
Which if
And
you
I
have a
could just
partner
skip that
that's
step
like
and roll into bed.
if you have a partner that you know does well, like for example for myself, every day after I have a shower, I just feel better. I just feel better about
Yeah.
everything. Like my mood is just so much better after I have a shower. If you have a partner and you see them clearly struggling, fill them a bath. Like if that's something they enjoy, fill them a bath or make them a nice shower. Like honestly, I'm not kidding right now. If like the hubby be like, I'm gonna make her a nice shower time in the sense that I'm gonna clean up the bathroom a little bit and like turn on a couple candles and just tell her to just go relax for a bit. Like that's enough for me. That would make me very
Right.
happy.
Go get in the tub and I'll bring you a snack.
Yeah.
Sorry, I love having like a drink of something
I always
and
have a
a
drink in the
snack.
tub and snack. Yeah, same.
Yeah. So, I mean, if he's like, "Hey, what do you want to drink? We got a soda, we got a glass of wine, I'll bring a tea in the bathtub." Like, yes.
Yeah.
It's never happened. But he's also struggling too. So
Yeah,
sometimes we just
no.
have to meet our own needs there and
Absolutely.
not
I'm just saying,
yeah.
like, sometimes if you're able to, if you yourself are able to, and you see your partner struggling, little gestures like that can mean the world. I think
Yep, they can.
I want to say that because I feel like a lot of times we live in a very materialistic world, and a lot of times we're like, oh, we need to buy stuff to release that dopamine. There's other things you can do, like taking a bath
Oh, yeah.
or preparing a
Retail
bath for your loved
therapy
one.
is not the answer.
I
The
am
problems come
learning
after
that.
that.
I am learning that. I've been a retail
Oh,
therapy girly my entire life, and I'm just not able to at the moment. I am struggling.
all right. Well, and yeah. Oh, that's well, we can talk more about the world and its financial
Oh God,
chaos because
we're
we are
different.
definitely
We're over.
things are changing, and
Yeah.
I am also at a place where I'm like, what do I not need?
Mhm.
Like, what can I let go of? What do I not need to
Mhm.
purchase?
Mhm.
And yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how things change over the next few years because we are not the worst off, so we
Something's
can't be the only ones who are like, what can I just
no.
stop buying?
Yeah. Something's
So
gonna give. Something's gonna happen for sure.
yeah, it
But
has to.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you are struggling with depression right now, like I am, just you know, try and look after yourself as best as you can. Don't be afraid to ask for help, even if you just need to vent. I feel like that can help a lot. And if you are really, really struggling, please, 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 please look into whatever sources there are in your country to try and get some help for yourself. It is not a crime to get help. In fact, I think you know how we always say, "Oh, stay strong, don't get." No, 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 no. I think it's a show of strength if you're able to um, see for yourself that you need help and you are able to get that help. So
It
look
is.
after yourself and take it day by day. She says to herself.
Sometimes the best thing we can do is talk it through, and the best advice we can give is the advice we're looking for ourselves. So,
Mm.
uh yeah, because I just have to talk everything through. So sometimes I'm on this journey with other people at the same time. So it's not always about trying to teach other people. A lot of times it's about learning as you go and trying to help other people as you go.
Mhm.
So,
But
but
yeah,
on that note,
that was episode 6 of TMi Mom.
six.
We are an episode behind because yeah, I got sick. Blame Luna. It's fine. Um,
Blame Loona,
Thank
blame Loona.
you so much for joining us. I am Lunaromi, aka Luna. You can find me on Twitch and on YouTube and on TikTok and yep, all the links where you can find me will be down in the description. And this is my co-host.
I'm Sleeping Bella, and I'm also on Twitch and YouTube and TikTok. You just have to add some Z's at the end for me because apparently Sleeping Bella is a not uncommon name, but
Rude.
I'm
Yeah,
around
that's
the
rude.
internet.
She also is starting to do more cooking streams again, which I always enjoy
Yes,
your cooking streams, so I'm excited for those.
we will be back with that after our trip to Vegas. So we gotta work on our goal to find the perfect cinnamon roll recipe. So
Yay!
well,
But yeah,
we'll be back
I don't
two
have an
weeks.
ending screen, so we're just gonna
Oh,
poof. Sorry, I forgot to add an ending screen. Thank you so much for
so
joining us.
long.